Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be doing a speed build. I'm doing a holiday cottage, like a summer holiday home cottage thing. I don't know what I'm calling it, but you'll get the gist of it. I wanted to use this video as well to experiment with different sort of roof types and sort of work with the A-shaped roof a little bit more and adding like a glass roof without the walls. So I actually watched a video by a YouTuber called Avalyn. I think that's what her name is. And she actually has some amazing videos. I only discovered her today. I've watched a couple of her tutorials. They really helped me. I'm definitely going to be watching some of her builds because from what I've seen from the thumbnails, they look freaking amazing. So I will link the video down in the description below. Anyway, back onto this building, which is going to be nothing compared to hers. I just wanted to do the upstairs all glass, or the downstairs isn't glass, and it actually ends up really dark. I think it wasn't classed as a room, but I don't know how to fix that. But I'm sure you guys will if you do. I'm like, it's a room. I'm like looking at it now and I'm like, it's definitely a room. It just didn't have enough light in, but I end up adding loads of light in at the end of the building anyway. So I had no idea what I wanted to do for the style of the building. The only thing I knew what I wanted to do was the shape of the building, and I think I kept the building a little bit too big, like through most of the build. There's too much space and I'm trying to figure out how to get the most out of the space that I've got without adding too many rooms. So the entire upstairs is just one room. The downstairs is all open plan except for two really small rooms, which I have the bathroom and a laundry room. I thought if they're on holiday, then they may be there for a few weeks and they may need to do some laundry because they may have packed light. You'll also see on the top of the building where it's that sort of really thick wall. I do end up filling that in, but I don't film that. The ladder as well, the stairs as well, that was driving me crazy. For ages, I had no idea where I wanted to put it. So I just ignore that for ages and ages. The upstairs as well, with the bath and the bed, I have that all open plan. So I just try and use like these little half walls just to sort of separate things. And I think it turned out quite well. I also do on the other wall, from what you can see now, I add like a little garden as well there just to create some sort of visual from the front of the house, because the main house is from the back. Like the most exciting part of the house is the back of the house. So I uploaded it with that in mind and sort of forgot about the front of the house a little bit. I love how when the sun sets, the way it sets is perfect. And like, I didn't realize how beautiful this world was in The Sims because I haven't actually played it yet. This is the first time actually playing it when I've owned it for about a week now. I really enjoyed doing the kitchen. I've never used these as well until I seen them in, I'm trying to think. There was a build. It's just a Maxis build, and I seen them and I loved them, and I was like, I now need to use these all the time. I think they are super pretty, and it's also given me a chance to use a bar, which I never do as well. So I'm having loads of fun with doing that. I do end up changing some stuff around quite a bit. I wish there was a way to grab all of the counters as well and move them all at once, because I had to keep moving them back and forth loads and loads of times. But yeah, I didn't know what sort of theme I went for, so I think I went for like this teal theme in the kitchen as well as the dining room, and then I was going to sort of pull it through the rest of the house, and then it kind of worked but it kind of didn't, and I didn't know if I wanted the house to be dark or if I wanted it to be light. So yeah, I was really confused with what I was doing with the house. Like, my main brain was just mush. The only thing that I knew was as I just said, the shape of the house and that sort of open plan style. But it did push me out of my comfort zone. So it did get me doing stuff that I wouldn't normally do in, which, you know, every single build that I do is a learning curve. And each time I do a build, I'll know I'm just going to get better and better. And in like 3 years' time, I'll look at this and be like, oh my God, that's terrible. But at the moment, for me, this is good for me. I add in the downstairs about 4 different social areas. So as you can see, we've got the kitchen area with the bar. We've then got a seating area for eating a meal. We then add this area, which is just like a TV area, just to watch some TV at night. And then I also had like a little area right by the window as well, just for watching the sunset, just in case there's like a storm or it's cold outside. I want that area so they could still watch the sunset while also staying warm. And then outside, I just add like a little barbecue and just like a little seating area off of the porch. I do end up moving the dining room though to the front of the house, and then I ended up putting like a foosball table just there, just because I thought that would be a bit more of a party area and sort of separate the party area from the eating area. And also because I had no idea what to fill in this massive empty space for ages. On the upstairs, again, I was really struggling with placement because of how big the building was and how empty it looked. I wanted to sort of fill it, but I didn't want to overfill it, but I didn't want to underfill it. Because it's a holiday home, I didn't feel like there'd be too much clutter, if you know what I mean. So this is that little garden that I was on about earlier. I thought that turned out really pretty. At the very end as well, I ended up doing some lighting above it, but I don't know if I liked it because I don't like just adding lights. It's just going to illuminate everything. I like my lighting to have a purpose and to create a mood for the house. So you will actually find that the upstairs is quite dark, but in the daytime it's really bright. But at nighttime I thought, wow, the only time they're going to be upstairs really is to go to bed, so they're not going to need the lights on. So I thought I won't add too much light up there anyway. Just what am I doing now? Sorry, I'm just going through the video. Okay, so yeah, I just added some like a dresser and a really nice mirror as well. I think it was from City Living, and I think they were super pretty. With the sinks there in the bathroom, I was really struggling. I end up putting them right near the stairs. I was trying to think logically where they would go, and I don't think they would go there. But I put them there because it seemed like the only place that kind of worked for it. I'm trying to remember when I do stuff. It's really hard doing the voiceovers. So I also added some rugs, which I thought would also create a way of sort of separating the areas, because I just felt all the areas were just so close together. So I just did that just to create like a little bit of separation. I do end up adding one downstairs as well, and it did not work. It just felt like there was a mat being placed down just for the sake of having a mat there, so I end up getting rid of that. At the moment on here, I'm still trying to think what I'm doing with the rest of the area, because I didn't add a bathroom or a toilet. So I'm just adding that now. I think this ends up being one of my favourite bathrooms that I've actually made in the game. Like, I really like the shape of it, and I felt like it made sense where everything was in there. I do use quite modern stuff, which is the reason I don't end up adding. I don't think I added a loo roll in the end, because I was like, it's a bidet toilet, so it's like the self-cleaning one. I think the wood worked in there really well as well. I don't know if I like the wood through the rest of the house, and also on the outside, because I was going through loads of different wallpapers and stuff for ages. I really didn't think of my colour scheme at all. All I knew is that I just wanted to create this A-frame building with a glass roof and to have a really nice porch on the outside, and for it to actually just be a box. So next time I'm definitely going to be thinking of my colour scheme more, because when I do find a good colour scheme, I think that I am quite good at doing interiors when I know what I'm going to be doing and I have actually got a plan. But when I haven't and I'm just going in it blind and I know that it's all being recorded, I feel like there's a bit more pressure and then it just ends up not being as good as it could be. On the outside of the house, I just want to create just a little relaxation area. So I just add a few sun loungers. I ended up adding a couple yoga mats too. Downstairs, obviously here's the barbecue area, and I just put that on the just on the grass area. I also add the bonfire, realised that I don't think they would have the bonfire there, so I end up getting rid of that. There's a few things I add and then I think actually it wouldn't be in this build. I do add a foosball table though, which I mentioned. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Oh, okay, so I'm just adding a few plants as well. I always feel like you need like some sort of plant in the house, otherwise it just doesn't feel right. Like I feel like the house isn't really complete. I was playing with like the roof as well again because I thought maybe it could work without the glass, and then I realised that it didn't, and it's also unplayable without the glass because you can't see into the up of the house. And that balcony area with the fence was driving me insane for ages. I didn't know how I wanted to do that, but in the end I just kept it on one of the walls and just brought the roof out a little bit more. So I was going through and just adding a few fans, and then I think I'm going to work on the lighting in a second as well. So yeah, this is where I was doing the mat and it just didn't work. Like I really wanted to add a mat, like I was determined, and then I just decided that it wasn't going to work. So I ended up moving the table over, and that's when I put just a little foosball table in that corner instead, as well as a ping pong table outside. I also play with the what are they called? I also play with the stilts a little bit. I didn't know if I wanted to go white or black, and I think in the end I went for white because of the stairs and the fencing and stuff. So I changed that around, and then on the night time I then work on all the lighting. So I'm just adding some lights onto the fencing, which I thought worked really nicely because it sort of doesn't take up any extra room. And then on the front, I just do the same. It was nothing much to talk about on that bit. I really wanted to add those fairy lights as well, but there wasn't anywhere that I thought worked, so I ended up just leaving that, which is a shame because they're really pretty, and I will find a build at some point where I can add those into the build. On the upstairs though, I do add a few candles and just create a bit more mood lighting. I use that candle wall thing just to create more of a barrier between the bedroom and the bathroom area. I was concerned that it was a fire hazard, but obviously that wouldn't happen in The Sims through that. But I was trying to think logically what it would be like. So I just had loads of candles around the room. I changed the dining chair downstairs, if you've just seen that, to have the one with the fire. Create a bit more lighting outside upstairs. And yeah, my favourite trick is to put a few small lights into the fans as well, just so you can't see them. And I think that may be everything on the house, except for this, which I said earlier, how I wanted to sort of illuminate the plants, but I don't know if it worked. So I think I do add some, but it just took me ages to finally find ones that I really liked. I always end up going for the same lights as well, so I was really determined to try and use some different lights. So all I used in the end was some, I think, kitchen lights that I just shrunk down. So they ended up turning out okay, but I wish I could find some better lights. I don't know if there's any like floor lighting that could have like shone up instead, which could have worked quite nice. But I don't think there is much. Anyway, I'm just showing it at different lights, and I love that view on the inside of the bedroom. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. Anyway, I will leave you with this montage of the sun going down in the bedroom because I thought it looked absolutely beautiful, and I will see all of you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, leave me a like, follow me on my Instagram and my Willa, and I will see all of you beautiful people next time. Bye.